Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
It's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV. Anywhere, everywhere you get this podcast, thanks for hanging out with me today. We got a great show. We're going to be talking to Sacred Spaces of Care here in just about 10 minutes or so. Following that at 10:10, we're going to be talking to Amanda and Momentum Lactation specialist for mothers out there, women out there. Then at 10:35, we're talking to the class of 74 for Alton High School as we are going to get some details on their 50th class reunion. Man, how exciting is that? That all comes down the pipeline. But 2 years of the show, 2 years yesterday, I got to join the team, and then 2 years today, we decided to take the plunge, and we haven't looked back. Thank you so much for all of you that have tuned in and given me all the love and support on the show the last couple of days and on Facebook. But before we start, I got a really cool note that I wanted to share with everybody today, if that's okay. You know, kind of a sentimental day. Everyone upstairs is kind of taking is working from home and all this because we got a cool EDM festival happening tonight at the Riverbender building starting at 11 p.m. But while I was in my office this morning kind of checking out emails, I got an email from Colton Wilkins. And here's what he had to say. Hey, hello, my name is Colton, and I just wanted to reach out and say thank you for speaking about my business on the show. It has been a while since it happened, but I wanted to reach out and say thank you. Colton's Lawn Care had an amazing season last year, and I'm working at Belk Park, too, so I'm still doing well. Anyway, Colton, thank you for the message, and if you guys need a lawn care specialist, reach out to Colton's Lawn Care. That was one of my favorite stories of the year, and that's my favorite part about being on this show is to truly be in touch with the local community and just being able to share your stories because you guys do wonderful things, and just like Colton, who's done great work and who is still in school, just rocking and rolling. So congratulations, Colton. Thank you for the email. And if you guys ever need any help or just want to say hello, you can email me, CJ at RiverBender.com, or text me on the text line and, just communicate there. Hey, wanted to fill you guys in. Starting this weekend, I have a couple of more things to do with it, but you'll get some Daily Show merchandise. I'm going to be here for a while, and I say some pretty interesting stuff. So we're going to slap it on some T-shirts, some bumper stickers, and call it a good old day. And you can stay tuned for that on Monday, and we'll drop a printful link. But that comes down the pipeline, too. Just a lot of fun, a lot of excitement on this second anniversary of the show. But at 9:05, let's dive right into news. On this 16th day of August, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update where you can join myself and the 70,000 people that are in the know just that get the daily email update. That's what I love about Riverbender. 70,000 people every morning get around the Riverbend, but over 350,000 different people each and every month, unique site visitors on our site, and then the millions that keep coming back every month. Thanks for being a part of it and help us keep growing. We'll take you right to Belleville first. A bobcat sighting in Brook Hill Estates near Greenmount Road in Belleville has captured significant attention over the past weekend. Here's what we know. The wild cat was first seen on Saturday, August the 10th, when a resident let their dog out in their backyard. Brook Hill Estates, adjacent to agricultural land and wooded areas, provides an ideal environment for wildlife. Illinois Conservation Officer Don Schatcher confirmed the bobcat sighting from a photo. Sochner emphasized that while bobcats are generally not a threat to humans, small pets, they could be at risk. He advised homeowners to use negative reinforcement to deter the animals. The sighting has sparked discussion among residents, highlighting the community's need for awareness on local wildlife. Alex Fox, the new interim principal of Edwardsville High School, joined other school officials outside of the school to greet students on their first official day back on Wednesday, August the 14th. The greeting aimed to set a positive tone for the upcoming academic calendar year. Fox expressed enthusiasm about the student body, praising their high-level academic performances, artistic talents, and athletic achievements. He emphasized the importance of recognizing all students, including those who may feel undervalued. The first day was filled with excitement and optimism from both students and staff, showcasing the school's commitment to supportive environment. Also in the news today, a fielded man, Joseph East, 25 years of age, is now facing multiple felony charges after allegedly throwing a brick through the window of a moving vehicle and striking the driver. Here's the latest. East has been charged with aggravated battery, criminal damage to property, and reckless driving. The incident occurred on July the 13th when East reportedly threw a brick at a vehicle driving past the Poorhouse Bar in Fielden. The brick shattered the driver's side window and hit the victim in the arm, causing over $500 in damages. East has been granted pretrial release and is scheduled to appear in court on the 3rd of September. We'll keep you updated as more details do emerge. Also in the news today, happening recently, Police Chief for Alton, Jarrett Ford, recently swore in 4 new members of the Alton Police Department. The new officers, Isaiah Hampton, Jordan Picklesseamer, and Stephen Vaughn, along with Joshua Saucedo Hernandez, took their oaths of office side by side. Chief Ford expressed excitement about their addition to the team, noting they will soon depart for the police academy. He looks forward to their successful training and their future contributions to public safety. The new officers' upcoming academy training, it's seen as a positive step toward its enhancing the department's capabilities and strengthening our community's security. Also in the news this morning at 9:08, this will be our final bit of 9 o'clock hour news. We'll have more for you in the 10. Antone and Antonia Phillips, siblings from Alton, Illinois, have been selected to represent Team USA in wrestling in the Deaflympics 2025 in Tokyo. Listen to this. The announcement was made by the duo, who were excited and seeking support to cover participation expenses. Antone, a freshman at Rochester Institute of Technology, will compete in the 73-kilogram men's wrestling category. He has a notable background in wrestling, including being a IWCOA state qualifier. Antonia, a sophomore at Aurora University, will compete in the 67-kilogram women's wrestling category. She was the IHSA Girls Wrestling State Champion in 2022 for the 140-pound division. The siblings aim to raise $8,000 to cover the costs such as travel, accommodations, training, and uniforms. They are grateful for any support to help them achieve their goal of representing our country. For more information to support the Phillips siblings, interested parties can visit their GoFundMe page or click on the RiverBender.com article. We have a direct link that will take you right to it. 9:10, let's look at weather today. 77 degrees, but I'm telling you what, folks, it feels like Florida out there. Boy, it's humid. Oh, man, humidity at 91% today. And listen to our weather notes. I haven't looked at them yet. That was just a guess. Today, humid, with periods of clouds and sunshine, a potential of a storm. Tonight, clear and humid. There you go. Here's your air quality alert. Your air quality ranked at good at 39, grass at moderate levels at 12, mold is low, ragweed at moderate levels at 30, tree levels low, the UV index very high. Temperatures reach 91 degrees today. It'll feel like 100 by the time it's over with. Drop down to 70 overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, a high of 87 degrees, a low of 66. And on Sunday, a high of 83, a low of 63. On Monday, a high of 83 degrees, yet again, a low of 57. How about that? And then on Tuesday, a high of just 80 degrees, a low of 57. That's a look at the next 5 days and a look at your weather forecast. Call 618-465-4545 for time and temperature throughout the day. Hey, wanted to fill you in real quick on our friends at the Alton Marina as they are celebrating their 28th birthday. Right now, if you go over to the RiverBender.com website, click on the wallpaper, you'll see all these great details. On August the 24th, I'll be on hand live for a 2-hour live remote show at the Alton Marina as we celebrate a very good occasion. Merchandise giveaways, Ole Morales, legendary fried tacos, live music from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. with Mark Close quarters of KC 95. Drink specials, but the big incentive, buy one, get one dockage from August the 24th through Labor Day. How about that? That's huge. Buy one, get one dockage from August the 24th through Labor Day. All you got to do is call 618-462-9860 for more information. That's 618-462-9860 for more information, or go to altonmarina.com. That's altonmarina.com. We will see you there on the 24th. I will for sure, for the 28th anniversary of the Alton Marina. Find out more by going again to altonmarina.com. Let's take a look at Skycam before we talk to Megan Tyler and see how everything's going in her neck of the woods. But let's see how downtown's looking, and we'll come back with more after this on Riverbender.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
14, Megan Tyler, Sacred Spaces of Care. Saturday night might be for fighting, but Friday mornings are for learning about Megan Tyler and all that she's working on. Hey, we haven't talked in a while. That's my fault, really.
No, all good. We're good.
And how's everything been?
Busy. Very good. Very good. I mean, lots to be grateful for. Things have been going wonderfully. Police department partnership, super good. Lots of engaging of individuals in the community that are experiencing crisis, working a lot with our unhoused population. We've been growing and developing the board of directors of Sacred Spaces, kind of diversifying some more. We brought on some new people, hiring some staff. I'm not a solo show anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I know,
Good
right?
for you.
Right? That's very, very encouraging. So yeah, we had started a while back and brought on a social worker who also does a lot of our grant management and things. But now we're actually have a job posted right now. So if anyone's interested in a community resource navigator that we're hiring, got a couple peer coordinators through the police department for some of our first responder suicide prevention work. And so we're growing. It's, we knew it's a significant need in the community.
Big
and
one.
So in order to address it, we need people to do so. So
Now,
we're getting there.
And what I think is cool too is just last year, it seems like there's some really specific organizations that have been popping up. And I mean that in a positive way that really kind of targets a niche.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
does that kind of help with what Sacred Spaces does too?
Absolutely. Because, remember in our early talks when I founded it, it was to find those gaps. It
Yeah.
wasn't to duplicate what was already out there. And so I think we're starting to come around with that. Like we have found kind of our niche that we're wanting to stick within, and that's kind of that navigational piece and kind of that resource hub. And the goal all along was to never really become a provider of services to be that linkage. And so now when we have those supports, in place through various other organizations, it's perfect. And so, yeah, we like to see that happening for sure.
Well, that's really cool. Speaking of other organizations, they kind of form a collective. And now
Yes.
fill me in on the Care
Yes.
Collective. This is newer?
Yeah, brand new. We just launched it this week. Absolutely. So one of my board members, a couple of them actually are therapists. One of them is the owner of Calm Waters Counseling and Resource Center here in Alton. We had this idea to form this collective really at the onset of Sacred, and it's just taken a while for us to get to this point in this space at least. So what we've done with this collective is Sacred is really just serving as like a resource referral hub. So obviously we already have had for months people contacting us wanting to see how they can get into therapy services of some kind, right? And many times those individuals are in what we would consider more acute crisis, maybe suicidal, maybe, a little more extreme, significant needs.
Not to cut you, but is that like manic too, like where we have kind of that moment?
Yeah,
okay.
Psychosis, maybe substance-induced.
Okay.
And so obviously we're already referring a lot to, Centerstone, Chestnut, some of our larger providers that have hospitalization options and outpatient, intensive options and substance use options. But we also wanted to focus on a lot of needs that are not quite as significant, but we just need to find what therapy resources are available to us and what you have to do as an individual right now. And I think we've talked about your background in this space is, you start making all the phone calls. Are you accepting clients, first of all? Do you take my insurance? If not, is there a sliding scale option? Is it affordable? What types of specialties do you offer? And so we're trying to help people not have to go through 10 or 12 different calls, but be able to contact us. And we have formed this collective where we know immediately, is there a wait list there? Can they take this person? Can they address this person's needs? Is the insurance accepted? So that, to eliminate, our goal for Sacred all along has been to reduce barriers. A barrier is anything that is potentially preventing someone from getting help, whether it's finances, transportation, but one barrier is just navigating the systems and making it happen.
Well,
and so,
not to cut you off, Megan, but when I talked to Centerstone,
yeah.
For the last 7 months.
Yes.
That's kind of what we were starting to really approach towards the end, because there were some where, you could call right away and get in there.
Correct.
But it's all about timing.
Yes.
And how important is it for you as an organization? Because to me, those 12 phone calls could make or break somebody.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
it doesn't take 12. It might only be 1 or 2.
Right,
and we're
and that's
done,
a mountain.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
like, where do I even start?
It is, yeah. And I think that's what's good about this and what's good about our organization. We really are, a lot of people describe us as like a one-stop shop. Like, come here first as your first step. And then we're going to be able to know what kind of avenues to navigate you towards. We're still very much, it's your plan, it's your, decision, your pathway. We don't prescribe any specific, trajectory onto someone, but we can at least say, this is open to you, this is available, this one isn't, this one doesn't take this one's not eligible, whatever, to try to eliminate some of that stress in the moment.
How important is it, though, not to be the dictator in that situation?
Very, very. Now,
could you touch?
I will say,
okay.
I will say that there is a lot of support that's needed.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
So being supportive while also not being the dictator or the prescriber of the plan.
Right.
You don't want to enable, you cannot make decisions for people. You cannot convince people to go to treatment or to get help, right? So we know that. And so just being that safe space for them where you are non-judgmental, you're accepting, you are just, tell me your story, what you're about, what kind of goals do you have for yourself. So it's a supportive culture the entire time, but you're still letting them dictate their own path and be part of the process.
That's why I think this is so important, too, because, it's one thing to direct people, like you said, and kind of say, here's what you're going to do and be the big brother.
Yeah.
But it's also another thing to have just those opportunities available. Because I think so many times it's not because individuals make the decision, not because it's because they want to be an addict,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's just because it's not right in front of their face saying there's help here.
Absolutely. And I think the difference is also coming alongside someone.
That's a good point.
And it being a sustainable relationship, because even when I'm in my office or wherever we're at, the park, whatever space, when we're calling, I'm not doing it for them. I don't have permission to speak to other providers on their behalf. Most of the time I'm saying, if you want to do this, would you like to make the phone call right now? And they're the ones on the phone that are actually initiating the process, and I'm just there as that supportive person. And building that relationship and that rapport is so important, because you have to establish some trust. You have to understand the walk of life that they're in and, be relatable. And I think that's why the power of, lived experience and peers that we can bring alongside that is so important. And we try to do that as often as we can.
Let me ask you this before. I saw something on your page, and I've loved what I'm getting ready to talk to you about. But how many times have you had somebody that truly said, I don't want to make that phone call? Is it more than I would think?
No, I think if we get to the point where where they're open and receptive to resources and we're in the process, then making the phone call is not very difficult. We do have individuals that just don't want to be about it at all. There are times when it's like, hey, I'm Megan, here's what we do. Are you interested? No, I'm okay right now. Or no, I've tried this. Or no. So, but sometimes, again, it's about the number of contacts. Yeah. So, okay, it didn't work the first time. It didn't work the second time. Maybe we're on the 10th time that I've said, remember, I'm Megan, here's what I do, and then they finally are receptive. So that initial yes is the trickiest. Once they start something, then usually the navigating the phone calls, the intakes, whatever we need to do is a little easier for them to.
Well, it's honestly, it's to me like whenever your wife or husband says, hey, can you fix that drawer for the 10th time? Eventually you're going to, you just need a couple of conversations for it. Yeah. One thing that was, we did on the show a couple weeks ago was talk to Christina Foster's Light in the Dark.
Yep, working with them. Yeah.
Big supporter of this initiative. Yes. I think that Riverfront Park would be a wonderful spot to do this, or Gordon. Yeah. I think the Alton community could probably be a good place for this memorial.
Absolutely.
So are you going to be a part of this overdose awareness day event?
Yeah, I've known Christina pretty much since she got Foster's Light in the Dark going.
Oh,
we've been really good friends. Love her heart, her story. Passion. And so we kind of partnered with them on this project. I am working with her on some of the, so I created the tentative schedule that went out. And are doing some of the little marketing things for us. If you go to our Facebook page, I actually created the event, but it says hosted by Foster's Light in the Dark. So we're really making this a collaborative effort. And if you are unaware of that event, go check out our page or Foster's Light in the Dark. There's a Facebook event for it.
Let me be greedy. Or watch my interview with Christine.
Or watch your interview. But we just put out a tentative schedule, because a lot of people also I've had contacting saying what is this, and I want to come, but what do I expect when I get there as an overdose event, right? And so that tentative schedule is now out there, and it could be tweaked a little bit just based on timing. And then there's some organizations listed that are also some of the local Celebrate Recoveries and Amare, Task, Oxford House, NA, Chestnut, Madison County Drug Court. So it's also going to be at the start of the event, you're going to be able to visit all of those different resource booths and get information before we get into the actual vigil.
I'm proud of this one, because when Christina reached out to me, I thought this is such a unique opportunity, because we always try to shy away from overdose deaths.
Correct.
And it's something we do as a society. It's not, interpersonal or anything.
Yeah.
So I think the more that we can kind of, I hate to say normalize it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it is in a way normalizing it, though, because one of the goals that we have that I've talked with Christina about at this event is, this is a time to memorialize and honor those we've lost.
Okay, yeah.
But we're going to focus a lot on what to do with those of us that are still here. And we're going to focus a lot on, there's going to be a lot of people in recovery there. So it's also shedding hope and that spreading that hope. We're going to add up that night the amount of clean time that like everybody who's in attendance has.
Really?
And really kind of focus on, look, these resources are available. The best way we can honor those that we've lost is by living, right? Like being alive with what we have left and living life to the fullest and being grateful. And that's the message really of recovery. So
that's so cool. Yeah. We're going to take a quick pause. Megan ain't going anywhere. 9:27, a little bit of change on the 16th day of August. More of our daily show after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back, 9:30 on the nose. Megan Tyler back in studio on the 16th day of August. You know why I put the show on the 16th? It's the day Elvis died, and no one forgets that, you know?
Okay.
So, it's always on every year. So now I'm like, and our daily show debuted. But, Megan, I'm seeing this wellness gathering in partnership with Feed the Hungry, which there's a lot of stuff happening on the 24th.
there is a lot. There's a lot.
Fill me in on this. So Saturday, August the 24th, 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Morning Star Missionary Baptist Church.
Yes.
That's at 1 East 6th Street in Alton. This is a really heavy event.
Yeah, so I don't know if everyone's aware, but Morningstar does the Feed the Hungry event once per month.
Do they really?
Typically the last Saturday. I think maybe August has 5 Saturdays, and so it's the 24th. So we just basically are partnering in conjunction with what they already had going, and I've been talking with them for a while about, hey, with you having the meal on those Saturdays, let's kind of do more of like a street outreach type approach with that. And so I organized the wellness gathering that's going to bring in a variety of our local social service agencies and providers, just so as individuals are coming in receiving their meal that day, they're also able to visit the resource booths to get some care.
Cool.
You know, Chestnut's mobile unit I'm super excited about because they're bringing a provider and a medical technician with them, so they can actually get potential medical services, especially, are connected with a general
Just
practitioner.
to follow up on that, you know so much more. You're on the ground. I mean, and you get this more than I do. How often is it that folks that are in that situation get to see a provider? Because when I saw that, to me, that was the most valuable component of this.
It's very rare. The mobile units, I know Chestnut has theirs. I know that Alton Memorial is going to be there that day with their mobile health and wellness. They don't have a provider. Sometimes they'll have, I think, either peer recovery specialists or maybe CNAs. I can't remember that come with them. So there's some very low level kind of like checking blood pressures or first aid type things. But with the provider there for Chestnut, that's huge. Doing a street outreach approach and going to the need is what Sacred's all about, and that's what's different about this. So.
Well, in some of my conversations, though, I've realized that it's not necessarily the mental health aspect of things.
Correct.
It's folks are actually sick and they need help.
Yeah, absolutely. And like when we do needs assessments with individuals, even though our organization tends to focus more on mental health and substance use and trauma-related things, we're always looking at physical health. We're always, connecting them with a general practitioner if they don't have one, or checking in on them to say, do you have a diagnosis? Do you have medication? Is there maybe a financial barrier that's keeping you from taking your medications prescribed, correctly? That's all a huge part of the physical health is all tied to the mental health side of it as well.
And that's what goes back to this collective, though, because, and you can't just have one organization do it all. You can't. And we're all honest about it. You need to have a team. Yeah. With this collective, what does it really do for this region? Because, we get a lot of flack for a lot of different things, but we don't get the credit. I think Madison County, this Riverbend Metro East portion of the Illinois side of it anyway, has one of the strongest communities when it comes to overdose, awareness and substance use disorder treatment options. What are your thoughts on all of it?
I think the benefit of the collective and this concept is that we have to increase lines of communication and we have to collaborate in a healthy, effective way. I love what we have in this community. I love all of the resources available, but we do still, in some spaces, tend to work against ourselves. Yeah. And that's what makes it difficult.
I hate to. That's a hard question.
I mean, some of it is just we're so hyper focused on our own path and our own work or our own grant funding or our own projects. But, staffing, just finding the time. I mean, I'm probably literally involved in at least 10 to 12 different coalitions or crisis work groups in the community. We're duplicating in a lot of spaces. We have this group meeting here and this group meeting here and this group meeting here, and all of them have similar goals. And we really need to, in my personal opinion, work on consolidating efforts because we're just all burning ourselves too thin because we're so spread out, and we've got to communicate and we've got to start consolidating efforts.
Well, and as you guys see on your screen, just a little bit of a write-up on what the Care Collective is all about. And take me through some of the partners that are on here, if you could.
Yeah, so Calm Waters Counseling and Resource Center, and then like Lovejoy Legacy Counseling and Wellness. Those are both private practice. So I had said earlier that we already do a lot of referrals to our larger, like Centerstone, Chestnut, some of those providers. These are private practice, but they also do accept certain, obviously, insurances, but they do some sliding scale and things like that as well.
Cool, that's nice.
Yeah, it is very nice. They really are, they have a large amount of counselors that have very different backgrounds as well. Everything from like trauma to people that have worked with previously incarcerated, sexual assault, just substance use, kids across the board. Luminous Life Coaching is Sherry McCready. She does a lot more focused on relationships, which is
very important.
It's huge because it's not just romantic or partner relationships, but friendships, co-workers, how to exist in those spaces.
I saw, not to cut you off, I saw something that was really kind of damning the other day, that social media is really crippling relationships, especially for my generation, but all across the board. It's very fascinating.
Across the board. And I would say this is not not data driven, but from my perspective, relationships are really the trigger for a lot of mental health and a lot of substance use.
Why so?
Especially like relapse, it seems like it's almost connected to a relationship trigger at some point. Or when things start getting a little rocky in your relationships and where you feel safest and where you feel belonging.
I get you.
And those kinds of things, it really gets you in your head, and that's when you start to kind of, potentially spiral. It's not the only cause, don't get me wrong, but it's a big one for sure.
Well, I totally can see that. And now, just kind of going back down this list, Megan, Metro East, every survivor counts. Take me through this.
They are fantastic. So they specifically focus on victims of sexual assault. They have very confidential services, just a fabulous organization that we have been collaborating with and in contact with since the get-go. They're housed in Riverbend Family Ministries, and so is Refuge, which is the next one on the list.
Aaron's a great person.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, unfortunately, I know both of those organizations do have waiting lists because the need is so significant, but we're really trying to do our part to kind of help hopefully reduce that and be able to kind of put people in different spaces even until there is an opening. And then the last one I'm excited about, which is the Community Reach. Their founder is originally from Alton. Right now, they had been based in St. Louis, but they have some counselors that are now licensed in Illinois.
Wonderful.
Best news, though, they accept Medicaid.
Whoa.
Which is huge.
When does that? No, that's rare.
Talk about barriers, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about bringing them on and then partnering in this because a lot of the individuals that we're assisting, especially that are unhoused in those spaces, are on Medicaid and don't have private insurance. And so, I mean, it is a hurdle for anybody that's attempted and tried to go through this to get Medicaid approval in Illinois. Right. And a lot of people just don't even start the process because it's just so difficult and there's so many hoops to jump through and the expense. And I know they even contracted an outside, person to do this process for them because it's so cumbersome. And so
that's cool, though.
I'm excited about that because we can get a lot more people services.
That's like literally incredible. That's the best news you've given because
Absolutely.
It's like, well, what the hell are all these services for if you can't use them,
Yes.
And I've always felt bad for that individual where it's like they're right in that in-between portion too, where it's like they could qualify for maybe a different insurance, but they're in that kind of...
Yeah, and I mean, most of our Medicaid, agencies are just so taxed. Many of them have very long waiting lists, and Refuge and Metro East, their services are entirely free for anyone who participates. And so that's why their waiting lists and things are so long.
I didn't realize it was all free.
We've got to do more to reduce barriers, get more, people accepting Medicaid, doing sliding scales and things like that to be able to address some of these individuals, or we're just never going to be able to get them the help that they need. So,
well, Megan, I'm just impressed with all that you've been able to do and the partnerships you've been able to develop. And what's anything else coming down the pipeline before I move forward?
I mean, other than, just take a look at the Care Collective, check out those couple events. We have some more things coming up in September as well. Our Facebook page, honestly, at this point, is the best place to go to for not only just announcements, but that's where we're creating our events. We're doing our flyers. We're on Instagram also.
Well, you have very important information.
Yeah.
I mean, just like, I just August the 13th, 3 days ago, you posted about Fentanyl 101 and what you need to know.
Yeah. I just posted that... there's a new behavioral health walk-in clinic in Maryville that just opened in August. So, I mean, you go to our Facebook page, you're not only getting, what's going on. In fact, very rarely you're getting what's going on with Sacred.
You're right.
You're getting what's going on with all of our other local providers. What kind of educational content can we put out there to just know, give you some more information on just educating yourself and how to advocate for yourself or others that you love. So we're, again, very much that resource hub of just trying to educate and advocate in the community.
Well, and... Wow. I mean, just all these things you're posting, this is very good information.
Yeah.
Did your wish list announcement, are we getting there?
The wish list, we've gotten quite a few donations. Very excited about that. We had some local organizations, too, that stepped up and say, hey, we'll be a collection site for you. So if you go to our wish list, it can be shipped directly to us. But we also have a collection site at Germania, Hainer, Sure Chiropractic, Rep. Amy Ellick's office, and some other people are volunteering to do that, too, so you can drop off resources if you'd like.
I love it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, Megan, keep up the great work, and I'm excited. We're going to work on our little project here.
Yes.
We're going to get this
going.
going.
I'm excited about that.
And
be good.
I have it right here on the computer.
All right.
It keeps falling off, but that way I can take it home and get some stuff done. But Megan, keep up the great work. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com.
Awesome.
Sacred Spaces of Care on Facebook. And what's your website?
sacredspacesofcare.org.
See, I was going to say .com. Glad I asked.
No, you're good.
We'll take a little bit of a pause here on this Friday morning. The second anniversary of the show continues right after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool. At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
DJ Mike Keith. This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Little Bo Cephas for you at 9:43. Welcome back to Our Daily Show. On this 16th day of August, wanted to do a bottom of the hour news brief just in case we missed out on some pretty important news, and that's out of Gordon Moore. At 7 a.m. today, you can see on your screen a nice shot here from the city of Alton. Let's go ahead and pull that up here. Hold on. This is Mayor David Goins and a staff member of Alton Park and Rec opening the gate to Gordon Moore Park this morning. I think that is a great shot, and always great to see that. And I know that there's so many people that are still nervous, and be honest with you, I don't blame you. I really don't. I can't blame you at all. So, we'll see how the public reacts to it. I can tell you this. There's a lot of people playing golf this weekend. And coming up on Monday, we're going to be talking to Steve Marceau, who is the owner of the Alton River Dragons, and getting his reaction. He's been on, we've seen quotes from Steve in publications, but I just wanted to ask a little bit more direct questions and really just kind of get to the meat of the conversation. We taped that one yesterday. We're going to air that for you on Monday. Then coming up on Tuesday, we're going to be talking to Vern Van Hoy, Spencer Teola, Mary Campbell at 9:20. We got a very busy show next week. We're doing a lot of good stuff, so stay tuned. But this morning at 7 a.m., the gates swung open, and Gordon Moore Park is officially reopened. Following the sinkhole that occurred in the park on June the 26th, the park was closed. So mining company New Frontier and the Mine Safety and Health Administration could conduct that investigation. The park has since been deemed safe, and is completely reopened except for Ball Field 1 and the soccer fields where the sinkhole occurred. Alton Mayor David Goines unlocked the gates at 7 a.m. Friday morning. This has been such a long time coming, the mayor said. It's just a sense of relief knowing that the park is open and that people can come back and start enjoying the park. Additional investigative drilling is needed before Ball Field 1 and the soccer field can reopen. These areas remain fenced off. The sinkhole itself will be continued to be monitored with cameras, and there will be lights on the soccer field after dark. Mayor Goines said he felt a real weight being lifted now that the park is reopened. A small crowd of people watched as Goines unlocked the gates. Alan and Jeannie Nasello, my cousins, were first in line so they could walk their dog at the park. Alan explained that he works at Gordon Moore and can't wait to return to his routine. Goines hopes that the park will welcome back many community members, and he said the city has learned from a lot of parents who say they will not bring their kids back due to safety concerns, but Goines reassured the community that the park is completely safe. And that's just a little bit of that write-up. 9:46, we'll take a very brief pause. We'll come back with more of our daily show on a Friday morning after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back, 9:49. A little bit of change on this Friday morning, 16th day of August, hitting you right in the nose. And I'm telling you what, I just, man, great to be here for 2 years. A 2-year anniversary never felt so good. Hey, here's what's happened on this date in history. Let's dive right into it. American singer Aretha Franklin who defined the golden age of soul music of the 1960s and who was known as the Queen of Soul, died at the age of 76 on this date in 2018. On this date in 1948, baseball legend Babe Ruth died at the age of 53 years old. On this date in, let's see. Find a good one. In 1812, during the War of 1812, American Brigadier General William Hull, who was with his troops at Fort Detroit, surrendered to the British without a fight, leading to the celebrated court-martial in which he was sentenced to death, but he was saved by a presidential pardon. On this date in 1954, the first issue of Sports Illustrated was released in the weekly publication, which was later changed to monthly, became the leading sports magazine in the United States. And in 2003, very serious on this date, Ugandan military officer Idi Amin, who assumed the country's presidency from 71 to 1979 following a coup and became known as the Butcher of Uganda for his brutality, died in Saudi Arabia on this date in 2003. And finally for you, a couple last ones. Brazilian businessman and sports official Jair Havelange, who served as the president of FIFA from 1974 to 1998. Wow, talk about a run. The governing body of soccer, and transformed it into one of the world's largest, most powerful organizations, but was later implicated in a massive corruption scandal. I believe it was hundreds of millions of dollars. Died at the age of 100 on this date in 2016. The big one? On this date in 2022, our daily show started. Oh, sorry, wrong line. On this date in 1977, the world, well, we said goodbye to the king of rock and roll, and here's one of my favorite songs.
Lonely time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much for you. Still
Always liked Bigger Elvis, you know. Anyway, Elvis passing away on this date in history, and that's how we'll wrap up that segment. But there you have it, on this date in music and in world history. 9:53, but before we move on, some exciting news out of the Alton Amphitheater Commission. They have announced the lineup. Here's who, what, when, where, and why we're eating on August the 24th for the Food Truck Festival. And this is a big one. Thousands of people always expected to be a part of this Alton Food Truck Festival presented by Sauce Magazine. It's returning not this Saturday, but the next one on August the 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. This year's festival will feature new and returning favorites, offering a wide variety of enticing food options, as well as musical entertainment by the upbeat, how about this one, Rock Mafia. Here's the scheduled lineup of food trucks that are expected to participate so far. Beast Craft Barbecue, Cajun Seduction, Doughboys, Wood-Fired Pizza, Duchess Royal, Fire and Ice, G Burrito, Go Euro Go, or Go Gyro. Is it Gyro or Euro? What do you think? I think it's Euro. Grace Chicken and Fish, Jive Turkey, The Mooble, the Mr. Noodle food truck, Pig on a Wing, Scoops of Joy, The Sweet Side, Tacos, 2 Z's, Tro's Cajun Barbecue, and the Tuk Tuk Thai. There you go. I love it. This year's Food Truck Festival is shaping up to be the best one yet. Friend of the show, Dan Herkert, said this is one of the most popular events each season downtown at the amphitheater, and we expect another great crowd. A wide variety of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages are available for purchase, and admission to the Food Truck Festival is free. Additional events coming down the pipeline include Alton Jazz and Wine Festival, August 31st, and the Alton Expo, which runs from September the 5th through the 8th. For the complete schedule of events, visit AltonRiverfrontAmphitheater.com. 9:55. Before we take a quick pause, let me fill you in on one of my favorite people, actually one of my favorite businesses, Village Dispensary. Big friends of the show. At Village Dispensary, every day is just an elevated day of fun. You know, what I think's great about this locally owned, union-built dispensary is they're all about quality and education. You know, head on over to Village Dispensary, where quality cannabis and friendly faces await. You know, they've got everything that's going to make Cheech, Chong, Snoop Dogg, and the whole rest of us jealous. We're talking tinctures, edibles, concentrates, accessories. You're going to feel like you're in your own Weedtopia. Their inventory is large, and it's ready for you to order online right now by going to villagedispo.com. What I love about Village Dispensary is their friendly staff will have you in and out faster than you can say up and smoke. How about that? But if you need some time, you need some education, they have a consultation area. Well, they'll pull you off to the side. They'll talk with you for a little bit, get to know what you're wanting to do with your cannabis experience, and they'll help you with the best step forward and the best product for you. Locally owned, community focused, union built, Village Dispensary is all about quality and good times. Check out villagedispo.com today to see their fantastic selection. And you always know when you stop in, you got to do one thing for me. That's just tell them that CJ sent you over their way, because I know you just said it at home. It's a joint effort. 9:57, little bit of change. Top of the hour news hits you in the nose next. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo.
What I just saw.
Get your tickets now at metrotix.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
If I had 2 dozen roses and an old bottle of wine, if I really could have hung the moon, would it change your mind? If I could cry.
How about some Shenandoah for it? Man, they were so underrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, TikTok should not have been the reason my generation knows about this. But anyway, enough of my groveling on a Friday. Happy 2 years to me. I want to fill you in on top of the hour news now. The time's 10:01. And boy, my boy, I am sweating like a, just you can't imagine down here. It's humid in this studio. Top of the hour news now on this 16th day of August, and here's what you need to know. Following a recent benefit for 14-year-old Hayden Eberling Brown, his family is deeply grateful for the community's support. However, they're seeking an additional $3,000. The funds will be used to purchase a van with a lift to transport Hayden, who suffers from MLD, diagnosed with progressive neurological decline. Hayden, he requires extensive care, including a feeding tube and a metal rod in the spine. The community has already raised $12,000, and further donations will aid in his transportation, care, and funeral expenses. Hayden's aunt, Tammy Schaff, organized the benefit on GoFundMe, expressing profound gratitude for the overwhelming support. We have linked that GoFundMe in the article on RiverBender.com. If you're able to do so, the family is looking for an additional $3,000 for the transportation of their son, and we're going to make sure we get that done here on RiverBender.com. You can click on the direct link on the RiverBender.com article. It'll take you directly to the GoFundMe link. Also, in the news today, Marquette Catholic High School students and teachers were gearing up for another great year as they returned on Wednesday, August the 15th. Principal Harmon expressed his excitement for the upcoming school year to Riverbender, especially looking forward to welcoming the seniors in and the freshmen. Harmon emphasized his enthusiasm for the seniors as they prepare for their final year and their future endeavors. The school had an orientation day on the 14th of August, and students appeared genuinely excited to be back. Both students and teachers share a sense of joy, passion, and positive anticipation for the year ahead. Welcome back, explorers. Also in the news today, the Illinois Department of Human Services and the Serve Illinois Commission on Volunteerism and Community Service announced the 2024 Governor's Hometown Award finalists and winner during a ceremony in Springfield. The city of Edwardsville's Challenger baseball program received the prestigious Governor's Cup for its participation with the Madison County Challenger baseball program. The initiative allows for children and adults with disabilities to enjoy baseball on an accessible field at Plummer Family Park. Governor Pritzker commended the finalists for their community efforts. Other finalists included Amboy's Teen Turf, Marion Connects, and Chicago's Social Change. Also in the news, serious news out of Effingham. Edward Stife Jr., 41, facing multiple federal charges, including wire fraud, mail fraud, and monetary transaction in criminally derived property for allegedly defrauding an elderly victim. Here's what we know. He is alleged to have defrauded the victim of more than $330,000, according to authorities. Stife, appointed as the victim's financial and health care power of attorney in May 2023, convinced the victim to leave a nursing home and move into his care. Stife then allegedly deposited the victim's money into his own accounts. U.S. Attorney Rochelle Odd-Crow and FBI Springfield Special Agent Christopher Johnson emphasized the seriousness of financial exploitation of the elderly. Stife remains in custody pending a bail hearing set for the 29th of August. We'll keep you updated with more details. Finally in the news this morning, 10:05, SIUE Athletics have announced the addition of 4 new graduate assistants for the 2024-25 academic year. Chloe Book from Germantown, Illinois, joins as an event management and facilities operations grad assistant, bringing her experience from Millikan University. Logan Green from Shelby, Ohio, will serve as a revenue generation grad assistant with a background in business administration and marketing. Marcus Gegler of Louisville, Kentucky, becomes the athletic performance and assistant coach, having studied applied math and statistics. And lastly, Sydney Lowe of Bennington, Nebraska, has been appointed athletic communication grad assistant, leveraging her degrees in communication studies and English from Central College. Congratulations to all for your appointments. Riverbender wishes you a successful year. Let's take a look at weather. 10:06, it feels like Miami, Florida out there. Ain't no doubt about it with this humidity. It's 80 degrees. Feels like 90. Today, humid with sunshine and patchy clouds. And tonight, clear and humid. You guessed it. Right now, visibility, Brian, they're saying for 12 miles. Humidity's at 78%. Air quality forecast right now, air quality overall ranked at 35, which is good. Grass levels are moderate at 12. Mold is low. Ragweed is at moderate levels at 30. Tree levels are low. The UV index very high. If you're going outside, slap some sunscreen on. Temperatures reach 92 degrees today. However, they are calling for a temperature change here. We might have some weather hitting us later on. This is what it's starting to look like. Temperatures go from 92 degrees today. This just updated to 69 degrees overnight as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, a high of 87, a low of 65. On Sunday, a high of 83, a low of 63. And on Monday and Tuesday, spitting images of each other. On Monday, no rain in the forecast, a high of 82, a low of 57 degrees. And on Tuesday, a high of 80. In August, on August 20th, the high will be 80 degrees, the low 57. Thank you, Mother Nature. That's a look at the next 5 days. For time and temperature throughout the next couple, 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Before we take a look at downtown Alton, let me fill you in on Grid Solar. You know, where expertise and passion meet each other, they are trusted and true on both sides of the big old mighty Mississippi and the Metro East because they study solar energy. You know, listen, solar energy gets a bad rap. You know why? Here's why. Hi, yes, I'm working for Acme Solar Company, and we know it hailed in your neighborhood, and here's our sign this, and you're good to go. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Never happens. You don't see them because they're called door knockers. They have caused such a bad rap on this industry. But then you have Grid Solar, who are not solar bros that are in those polo shirts knocking on your door. They're solar pros. They know the industry. They study the industry. They came on this show a couple of months ago, looked you dead in the eyes and said, folks, net metering is changing, and what that means is you're going to lose some incentives. You have got to go to gridsolarllc.com right now. Request your free solar design so they can get you on the books before January 1st. After January 1st, that net metering change comes in, and it gets a little tight for some folks on seeing if solar will work for them. I love Grid Solar LLC, trusted and true on both sides of the Mississippi. gridsolarllc.com. Don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Hey, why don't we do this? Let's take a look at Skycam. We'll come back with more of our daily show after this on RiverBender.com.
Let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Here we go, 10-12, little bit of change. August the 16th, the second anniversary of the show. We got, did I spell it right?
Alisa.
Did I do it?
I think, it's up there. Yes, you did.
You guys at home know how dangerous that can get. When I type, it's like a 92-year-old typing into the computer, you know? Alisa, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Thank you, CJ.
Well, I talked to Amanda on the phone, your daughter, correct?
Yes.
And we were just talking about momentum lactation and just how important this is for the community. You know, I could only imagine, and, you know, I'm not in that the boat, you know, but I can only imagine how breastfeeding could become such a tumultuous topic in a way and could lead to, you know, mental health issues and kind of confidence issues and just in general a lot of discussion. How long has it been since you started Momentum Lactation?
We've been going strong for 7 years, and I'm so grateful that you have us on, especially in August, to kind of talk about this topic. What we know in the United States, about 4 out of 5 women plan to breastfeed, and they initiate breastfeeding when their baby is born, but many of them will not be successful or meet their goals because there is a lack of knowledge, awareness, and support surrounding breastfeeding continuation. The interesting thing is during August, we're celebrating World Breastfeeding Week and National Breastfeeding Month. And the theme is to increase awareness, which we are grateful to the RiverBender to allow us to come here and do that. And also to make sure that people know how to get support, because we know if they get support, they are more likely to be successful and meet their goals. And that's critical for human health. So breastfeeding is what we call kind of the great equalizer, which means that if babies are successfully breastfed, that it increases their health over their lifetime.
Does it really?
Exponentially. Yes, and it increases the health of the mother over their lifetime. And not only that, it decreases the cost of health care by $302 billion globally and decreases the rate of infant death by about 13% if infants are breastfed for 6 months or longer.
Is there a reason for that? If you could kind of dive into that a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So when a mother's body develops in puberty and then they go through pregnancy and they have a baby, their body changes changes to produce human milk. Human milk is the perfect food matched to a human baby, and not just in general, but specifically from one mother to one baby, the milk changes to meet that baby's needs.
Wow.
And it changes every single feeding throughout the whole time that the baby and mother give milk to each other. So we talk about breastfeeding, which a lot of people think of as latching to the breast, but mothers breast milk feed as well, which means they may not be able to latch for a variety of reasons, and they may express their milk with a breast pump, but still continue to provide that food to the baby.
And that's still breastfeeding.
Absolutely.
Really cool. Okay. I'm starting to understand this more. Now, whenever we're talking healthcare costs, does that come into play with like Selmanac and the synthetic formulas?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you think of formula is a suitable nutritional substitute when breast milk is not available. But breast milk is an ideal, perfectly matched food for human infants.
Right.
So sometimes there are medical reasons that formula may need to be used if the mother doesn't have milk available or doesn't choose to breastfeed. So it's good that we have it, but it is definitely not the ideal. And providing your own milk, mothers understand today that that's something that is nutritionally beneficial, and many mothers want to do it. But they need to continue for 6 months or longer with only their own milk to have the best health outcomes. They need to continue breastfeeding to a year where the milk still continues to change and have benefits. And there are research studies now out to 2 years and beyond that breastfeeding is beneficial for both mothers and babies.
Absolutely. Well, and I see this. This is wonderful. What is Newborn 411 in this breastfeeding course? Because to me, this is very valuable information. I could only imagine, if I'm especially a new mom out there, and, let's be honest, there's a lot of new moms that don't have a partner support sometimes, especially in my area where it seems like they're doing this on their own. Absolutely. Or with their parent support, or you name it. But to have an organization that you can call and get real answers and real information that truly can help your health and your baby's health, this is unmatched.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, and ironically, the goal this year is equalizing the playing field with access to support, because we have clear research that when mothers have support from a knowledgeable expert, so not always TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, there's a lot of unreliable information there, which sometimes is confusing and causes anxiety to mothers. But having a knowledgeable IBCLC,
right,
which is an internationally board certified lactation consultant, in your corner it will increase your chances of meeting your goals, and they should be part of your team along with any family support, the cultural support of our society, which we'll talk a little bit more about, and then your pediatrician and your OB doctor. So it should be part of your team.
Well, and now take me through this Newborn 411. Can we talk about the program?
Yeah, absolutely. So with at Momentum Lactation, what we do is we provide support starting as early as the first days of life,
okay,
all the way through when mothers decide they need help or want to quit breastfeeding or need to quit breastfeeding. So we go over that whole journey. What a lot of people don't know is that insurance, because there's such improved health such improved health outcomes, insurance companies will pay for 6 lactation visits, 2 before the baby's born to get ready for breastfeeding, and 6 or more after the baby is born. So access to care, if you have good insurance, you should pursue that, because it's not something the insurance company is going to reach out and tell you.
Well, it's pretty, if your insurance company is willing to pay for something, take it and run.
Exactly, yeah. And what a lot of families know is that they will pay for a breast pump or pay for supplies, but they don't know that they will pay for support by a human that will kind of walk you through the process.
You can come sit down. We're waiting on our next guest.
Okay, great. Awesome.
But, with this, though, I feel like whenever you're at the end of the road of breastfeeding, where maybe you're at the 6 month to a year point, and I don't know how this works, please educate me. Does it get to a point where as a mom could maybe feel like they're failing if they need to stop a little bit early, or maybe there's something that goes on? It would take me through that mental aspect and how important it is to have the support system, because
absolutely,
I could only imagine what crippling feeling that could be.
That's really true, CJ. So when mothers make the goal in pregnancy to breastfeed, about 89% 89% of them initiate. And within the first month, about 60% fail. So
Whoa.
the failure rate in the first month is very high. And the most common reasons are things like pain, concerns about your milk supply, fear of having to go back to work, all of which are real things that moms experience, but things that are moldable and that we can help mothers work through. So the next big fall off point is returning to work, because our society is not supportive of mothers who need to work. And 89% of all moms go back to work in our culture, and they make up about 40% of the workforce. And when they go back to work, they are not supported to continue to make the milk that is the food for their baby. And that's a high time of failure as well. Wow. So at Momentum, we can see them in the first days. We can do home visits. We have an office location in Edwardsville to get them started that first month. If they get support that first month, they are more likely to continue.
You know, we got to take a break here soon, but I want to keep you. You aren't going anywhere. I want to know what postpartum does for breastfeeding. Does postpartum depression, does that go in to what could affect breastfeeding the child and making sure they're getting the proper nutrients?
Yes. So we know that mental health in general in our country is something that people are experiencing before they have this experience with breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And if breastfeeding, if they are not successful, mental health deteriorates quickly. And even if they have good mental health, if they're not successful with breastfeeding, mental health can deteriorate. So breastfeeding and mental health have a close relationship. We know that. And so mothers need to be screened in the postpartum period for mental health. And if they are breastfeeding, we need to balance our support to make sure that it's not impacting the mother's mental health negatively.
This is very fascinating. I mean, this is really important. And one thing I want to fill you in on, when we come back, I do want to ask you about this wonderful opportunity on the third Wednesday of each month from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. This is a Mom Life meetup at Momentum Lactation. We'll talk about that. I want to ask a little bit more about the community that you have, all the good stuff, and then we'll keep you informed right after this quick break. Before we do that, though, got to pay some bills, too. Sparks Junk Removal, locally owned and woman-operated. Denise Sparks, for 30 years, has been the queen of junk. For the next 30, she's the queen of junk and trash. Those purple and yellow trash cans are multiplying, mating like bunny rabbits across the 618, and it's because she cares about her community, her environment, and all of you, her clients. You know, the big trash company put a lot of you guys off on the wrong foot for not picking your trash up for a few weeks, and maybe it happened to me. Denise Sparks said it's time to make the change and go back to locally owned and operated trash service, and she's never looked back. You can go to Sparks Junk Removal right now to see if you're in her service area. My parents switched and have never looked back, and they've actually saved a couple of dollars each month. I know you will too. Or if you need her for that 30 years of tried and true junk removal services, demolitions, or apartment cleanouts, you go to that website as well. Maybe your neighbor's getting ready to report you because that hot tub that hasn't been cleaned out since the financial crisis of 08 is getting to the point where it's time to blow it up. Sparks Junk Removal. Or if you need weekly trash service, sparksjunkremoval.net. Reclaim your space today. Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Timber!
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Mark your calendars for August 9th as Scotty McCreery is live at the Alton Amphitheater, celebrating the release of Rise and Fall, out now.
And tickets are on sale now.
Hear your favorites like This Is It.
This is now. This is what I've been talking about. Looking out.
And the new hit, Cab in a Solo. Get your tickets now at metrotix.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back, 1028. We're moving on a Friday. The 16th day of August, the second year of the show. We're back with Elisa. Am I saying this right?
Elisa, yes.
Man,
perfect.
I am getting nervous over here. Well, you know, we're coming back with Momentum Lactation, a wonderful organization that does so much for young moms and new moms alike and veteran moms, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, we were talking about some of the opportunities where you can invite the area community members in to be a part of it, like Weed in the Garden, a support group for prenatal mood and anxiety disorders.
Yeah.
Fill me in.
So one thing we were talking about before the break is that lactation and mental health can be very closely linked. It's difficult to find the right providers and support that can help with that kind of targeted therapy, and we have some good resources for any mom or family that's struggling out there with mental health in general. They can reach out to us on our website, and we're happy to provide targeted counselors and providers that know about maternal mental health.
Can we touch on that real quick? What does that sound and look like that might be different than what we're used to in traditional counseling or support services?
Well, these people are certified for perinatal mental health, and they understand the type of counseling that's most beneficial for mothers. They understand the journey that they're going through and what kind of support and resources they might need. They can diagnose and treat, because much perinatal prenatal mental health is specific to that time period, and many moms get better and get over that. It's not like depression or anxiety that someone may struggle with over their lifetime, which is kind of generalized.
Right.
This is specific to this experience, so the providers understand that and can really work with the mom to get her through that period.
Well, we were talking during the break, and this is the biggest call to action I can give you, because we got folks that watch this show in St. Charles and all around this Metro East area, and even in England. My England folks, thanks for watching the show. But, you know, take me through the area you serve, because we were talking during the break, and I didn't realize that you guys were truly you women are truly the only organization in the Metro East that provides the service. Is that correct?
We do, yes. In this Edwardsville geographic area here, and that also take health insurance. So it's very unusual for providers, IBCLCs, and lactation supporters to take health insurance that are in a private practice, which is what we do. So we're not affiliated with a hospital or an individual practice. So we have about 8 delivering hospitals in the Metro East area and many, many in St. Louis. And so from Jerseyville to Greenville to Belleville, O'Fallon, Freeburg, Metro St. Louis, those moms come long distances to see us to receive the specialized care that we offer. So along with our breastfeeding support, we screen every mom for mental health. It's important because we know that relationship is strong. And then we have community. So one of the things about breastfeeding is that it might feel very isolating to moms. They work, they all of a sudden are at home with a young baby for a few weeks or 3 months on maternity leave, and now they don't know their neighbors. They don't know other moms that have young infants. So we started our community for those mothers. So we have 3 arms of that. One is our stroller walking group, which meets on the first Wednesday of every month from 9:30 to 10:30 at Glick Park in Edwardsville. Just being outdoors,
That's a
getting
nice park.
fresh air.
That's a nice park.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And just being with other moms who get it. Our second one is called #MomLife, and it is a group that meets in our location. It's open to all mothers, not just breastfeeding mothers, but all moms. All of our activities are open for all moms. And we sit and we chit-chat and we share the journey and share the experience. And then our third thing is called Weeding the Garden, and it is actually a specific group that mothers can attend for moms that are struggling with mental health related to the perinatal, postpartum, and breastfeeding.
Who is vacuuming a linoleum floor?
It sounds like someone is vacuuming, CJ. I'm not sure. Apparently, we need to get some dust off the floor.
Man, I am very sorry about that.
That's okay. That's all right.
So with that being said, you know, I'm only going to imagine that it's not just new moms. Have you ever had some moms that have maybe had 3 or 4 children that maybe this is the first time they've run into issues?
Yeah, so because we talked about the failure rate of breastfeeding being so high, many moms with their second child or third child are even more determined to be successful. They've done some education on their own. They understand the importance of it. And so they can come to us before they have the baby, and we can talk through and debrief. What was that experience like? Was it something that's preventable? Well, 99% of the time, things that happened that derailed breastfeeding are preventable, 99% of the time. So when these moms come...
Not to cut you off, but how so? Because that's a pretty impressive statistic.
Well, because most things that derail breastfeeding are lack of appropriate support and management. That's the most common reason for failure. So if, for example, a mom was breastfeeding and she had nipple pain and she didn't know how to make it better, she's going to stop, because we wouldn't, as humans, inflict pain on ourselves.
I gotcha.
So what causes nipple pain? Latching, the baby latching onto the breast. So if they would come and see us, and we talk about this prenatally, we want to see you in the first week. We can help correct that latch, and that pain virtually goes away for most women. And if they have no pain, guess what? They're going to want to keep going. And that's just a simple example of how we can help.
Well, you know, have we gone through everything we said we were going to talk about during the break?
I think we've gone through most of the things, yeah.
Well, is there anything else that we need to highlight right now? Because I want to bring you back a little bit more than just a one-offer, because there's so many young moms and moms just in general that need this information, and I'm willing to give you 10 minutes or 15 every month or two if we can talk about this. That's okay.
That would be wonderful.
Let's
I'd
get
love
the
it.
word out about this. Momentum Lactation. You can go to momentum-well.com and you can find out about mom life, the meetups. You can find out about the Weeding the Garden mental health support, which meets weekly.
Schedule a consultation for yourself or your new baby, and it's never too late. Reach out, because most of the time you are going to be amazed at the help you receive.
And this is when did you start the Weeding the Garden group?
It's relatively new.
Yeah.
We started in March of this year because there was such a mental health desert for mothers in our area.
Not to cut you off, we did not talk about what is Big Sibling Class.
Well, that's a class for new brothers and sisters.
That's cool.
Yeah, so when a new baby comes into the family, brothers and sisters have a role to play, and often they don't know, and parents don't know how to introduce those relationships, just like pets when a baby comes into the household. So we have a class that helps teach younger siblings how to wash their hands and what to do if the baby cries and why they cry, and not to give the baby a slice of pizza because that's not what they eat.
I'm telling you, this is wonderful. And Elisa, seriously, thank you so much. We've been talking for 25 minutes, a little bit right on the nose of that. And just thank you for what you do for the community. I'd love to have you back if it's okay.
Absolutely. And I'm just grateful for this opportunity to share this information with people.
You can find out more information and register now by going to momentum-well.com and find out more today. 10:36, a little bit of change. Our daily show, year 2, rolls around the corner after this.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
DJ Mikey. This is where I am today. Let me show you how I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you work so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
10:39, here we go. The class of 74 is getting ready to celebrate the Big 5-0 on October the 12th. Bluff City Grove. I'm lucky today. I just took a major gamble guessing on that. We got Linda and Mark in studio. How's your Friday mornings going?
It's going well.
Great. Well, I figured, I was just playing some ELO. Were we right around the ELO time period in 74?
Yeah, they were around.
That's really cool.
Sure.
Well, this is exciting. I love class reunions because this is a great time for everyone to come together and just catch up on old times and good times. And right off the bat, how are you guys looking ahead of October 12th?
How we looking as far as
attendance, conversations,
it's,
people excited?
It's ramping up, and I think people are excited.
Yeah.
We had a really big class.
Did you? How many
kids?
It
was
kids?
like almost 900.
Just under 1,000.
Or 1,000.
Oh.
So there's a lot of people.
Did you go to that
there.
graduation ceremony?
Yeah.
I
I would have fast passed it.
Yeah, I hear you.
It took a long time.
So almost 1,000 kids.
Right. So, we really have a lot of people to talk to and a lot of people to get a hold of.
Uh-oh.
So,
that's where we all come in here, I guess.
Well, exactly. And with 10 years since our last one, we probably have a lot of outdated information.
Oh, I could see that.
Especially if we're trying to do the old-fashioned way of snail mail.
And, I like snail. I got one of my first letters the other day. I bought my house, and I finally got a letter, not a bill. It feels pretty good.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, this is your first time putting this event on, correct?
Yes.
How has it been? Are there any learning curves that you all had to kind of combat, or are we off to a good start?
Well, I think we're off to a pretty good start. The people that did it 10 years ago, I was on the committee, but we had a website, and we kept that active. So we at least had a little bit of work that was done that's helped us.
Yeah, I think we
it's
have
just updating things.
270 people on that website.
And
so we have that's about a third of the class or so.
CJ, what's the website? Listener, it's ahs74.com. I found it within 10 seconds.
That
Look
is
at
correct.
that. And if we'll go right here on this. Oh, it's a little.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So all you do is go right here and you can see this information. 50th reunion, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Dinner serving at 6 in Bluff City doing the food.
Yes.
Yeah, upstairs at Bluff City.
That's a
the
nice
banquet
spot.
hall.
That's a nice
Wonderful spot.
When you need it for all the people that you got in your class too.
If they show.
That's the thing.
So this is really exciting. I love this type of stuff. Let's just go back to it. Who was your favorite teacher at Alton High School?
I don't know. Can't answer
George
that.
Wilkie.
Okay. What did he teach?
Math or
Uh-huh.
algebra.
Really cool. Linda, you have a
just
favorite?
don't have one.
What-
Sorry.
You know what
My favorite class was study hall.
Good answer.
She's the one that walked out with a button imprints on her face from sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to do
Nap
it.
time.
Somebody's got to do it, Well, I just think, looking back, because my class, my generation didn't have the fun of the original high school and seeing the pit and walking down and changing classes and having a little bit of freedom,
It wasn't that fun in the winter.
Right. Well, you know what? That's a good point. Was there so wintertime wasn't fun. Is there any misconceptions about the old days of the pit that you'd like to kind of dispel here? Anything like that?
Well, you had to hustle.
Yeah.
Because you had, not a lot of time to go from one
You
building
didn't have
across
time
the
to
up the
socialize
stairs,
much.
so.
Yeah.
How much time did you have? Do you remember? Because we only had like 5 minutes. Yeah.
6 minutes.
Man, I couldn't do that. I'm too lazy to walk up all those main stairs anyway.
God, yes.
So, what I think's great about this is a great time for folks just to kind of come together and just kind of take a pause from the craziness of the world right now and just enjoy a night at Bluff City. And is there music for this evening?
There is. We are having a DJ eclectic celebrations, and I'm glad you brought that up because on the website there's a section that you can request songs and artists to hear.
I love it.
So we want to have all the music that you loved back
Right
then.
here, the reunion music survey.
That's right.
Yes. So you can request songs that you really want to hear that night that could bring back some memories because 70s were big music.
I'm telling
Probably
you.
the best era of music ever.
Yeah.
100% the best era of music. Now, I got a question. What was on the 8-track when you were back in the early 70s rocking into school?
Yes.
I walked.
You walked? What were you listening to, though? What was the soundtrack?
The Byrds.
The Byrds? I love it.
No, well, I meant when I was walking, I was listening to Byrds. But yeah, the Byrds were also a group that I listened to.
I thought you meant the Byrds.
I
really thought you meant the group. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
What
too.
What about you, Mark?
When you mention 8 tracks, I remember listening to Yes.
Oh, yes.
The band Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Really cool.
That was probably my favorite. One of my favorite bands was Yes.
What was one of their big songs?
And You and I.
I've Seen
Close
All
to
Good
the
People.
Edge was their big
Close to
album.
the Edge
Oh,
was the
okay,
album.
yeah.
So they had several. And they're still around, really.
And
some
we
versions.
grew up in the era of the Mississippi River Festival.
The-
So if you had nothing else to do, you paid $3 and you got some beer and you went to the River Festival because you could bring your own beer.
We were talking because we covered the MRF with the concert coming up, and then we had Mark Pierce on, who wrote the Mississippi River Festival book, and that's why we have the Heil microphone, because Heil Sound did so much for music in this community and led to those bands coming into the MRF and getting their equipment fixed and having fun. But when you're talking about just some of the sights and sounds of Alton in the '70s, for my generation, what did it look like? Because we have the Riverbend Community Center, but for you guys growing up, did you have any go-to spots? Was it blocks? Was it what was the spot?
We went to Arcs, which was at Rock Springs Park. I don't know if you ever went there. I did.
That was
They had vans. We also walked there. I mean, it seemed like I walked everywhere back then.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I remember driving back and forth between the A&W root beer stand and blocks on Central.
Really cool.
Then you'd run into people and find out what's going on.
I love it. As we're getting back to this 50th class reunion, the 50th is the big deal. I mean, this is the big shaboozy.
Yes.
I haven't gone, they do 5-year reunions. I'm the class of 2017. I just took a rain check. I'm like, guys, I'll see you in a couple of years. Too early. But the 50th is a great time for everyone to come back together, have some fun, and just reconnect. How much are tickets for the reunion?
Tickets are $50, which includes, of course, the entertainment, the music.
Yeah.
We've got a buffet dinner and at least one free drink.
Yeah.
Oh.
Possibly more.
That's good. What are we talking? That's a great ticket price
It
for
is,
that,
yeah.
and especially because you aren't doing this, outside. You're doing it at a premium location too.
Right.
Bluff City has a nice spot to really go and take some good photos with the old gang and friends, and just have a good time. Now, what's Sunday on the river?
That's just go down to the loading dock. And we've got a reserved spot. Of course, it's weather. Depends on the weather.
Weather permitted, yeah.
But that's the plan, just kind of pretty casual and unstructured, but they usually have live music. I have no idea who that might be.
I don't either, yeah.
But just a nice place to go, and I mean, it's a great venue.
Then we want to talk about the mixer, too.
Oh, absolutely. But let's, real quick, just so we're on the topic of Sunday on the River, what time, just so we can put that in our article again?
That's a good...
I think it's 2 to 6.
There we go. Linda,
step
it up for us. Linda, Sunday on the River, where you can just go out, relax.
2 to 6.
2 to 6, yeah.
Thank you very much. At the conclusion of it, of the weekend, just go and relax on a Sunday and chill a little bit. Now, what about this mixer?
Okay, the mixer is Friday night, the 11th of October. It's at the VFW on Albee.
And you got N4C playing, too. Look at that.
Number 4 Combo is playing for us, and that's really open to the public. There's no charge to get in. You can bring snacks and food if you like, and I think
they don't serve food there, so it's not a place to come in and have
But
dinner,
they have cold beer. Do they still?
They do.
Okay, cool, because they were a sponsor, and I know that the canteen was doing some pretty good stuff, but that dance floor is huge.
Yep. Yeah. So that'll be fun. So the doors, they're open at 5, and the band starts at 7.
Really cool. Number 4 Combo's awesome.
Yeah.
They are good.
Yeah.
They're a great band.
And all of this information is on the website. So it's ahs74.com. And that's where you go to buy your tickets, to find out all the information.
I love this website. I think it's cool because I clicked on, because I'm a nosy media person, and I clicked on school memories, and then I go, well, this section of the website requires you to log in. I love that because it stays within your group, and I think that's what makes it really exciting and special. So as we're talking about this whole weekend, how long did it take to plan something like this?
We started over a year ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow. It's incredible. And, what are some of your thoughts just for the public? Have you ever had any people reach out with some general questions that you'd like to kind of get out there?
Well, the only thing is if you have trouble logging in, because maybe you used to have an account, but you've changed your email address since then, so you're having trouble logging in, there is a email that you can send. It's on the website homepage.
It's on the website homepage, and actually I'm the one that monitors that, and I can go in and change their email.
Yeah, so they can help with the login if you have trouble logging in.
Okay, and we'll link all that. I'm really sorry. We have breaking news. This is national news. I'm sorry, guys. We'll go right back into the interview. Listen to this. So this is just released on CNN and on Fox News. Authorities have arrested a 53-year-old Missouri woman on Friday for allegedly attempting to defraud the entire estate of Elvis Presley out of millions of dollars. That's when Grayson was getting ready to go on. They just arrested her. This is breaking all across the Associated Press today. How about that for some breaking news on a Friday? Just arrested.
Go figure.
I'm sorry they came across my little wire down there, and I wanted to kind of alert the public. But as we get back into this weekend, and you guys are talking about a year in the making, was it nerve-wracking for you looking up at the mountain a year ago saying, how are we going to do this? Or is it just, hey, let's get this done and let's bring the crew together?
I think it was, hey, get this done.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much let's get this done.
Yeah.
And the fact that the group before us for our 40th, they did a lot of the legwork, and we just kind of took that and have been using that and updating that information using that same format. So it's not been as difficult as it could have been, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. You guys got a moment to stick around?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're going to wrap up this 2-year anniversary of the show after a quick break on Roku TV, RiverBender.com. It's our daily show with me. We'll be right back after this.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Hey, mama, don't you treat me wrong. Come and love you, daddy, all night long. All right now.
Welcome back, 10:54, a little bit of change. Hey, what happens if you can't log in? Let's talk about that now. I am on AHS74.com, and let's go back to this where I don't have a login, so we're going to walk through this with Mark. So right here it says proceed to log in, or if you've forgotten your password, click here, or contact if you're having trouble. Should we just call you, Mark, or reach out, or how does that work?
If you look on the home page,
okay,
scroll down, and you'll see an email address. Questions or comments? Go back up.
Sorry.
Right.
Oh, right here.
Right there.
Okay.
So if you have problems trying to log in, you need to change your email address, etc. Just send a message there, and we will take care of it. And then you'll get a notification from us that your email's changed, and you can reset or set your password.
And as you see that's what I was copying and pasting over was that email so we could get it big and bold on the screen there. That's AHS7450thereunion@yahoo.com. We got Linda and Mark back in studios. We're talking about this 50th. Now, I think the big thing is, and Linda, you hit on something that was very important. I mean, postage right now is just through the roof. And, times are changing, and databases are starting to get a little bit thinner with correct information. How important is it just to let everybody know this is happening on this date? Because I think we could get 300 people there.
Yeah.
We would love that.
Yeah, we would love that. It's extremely important, CJ, because we just need everybody to think, who may not know about this? Is there anybody that you can personally reach out to and let them know about the reunion?
Yeah, get
and
on
if you
their
Google it,
Facebook and spread it out.
Well, even if I'm not a part of obviously, I'm not going to be a part of the reunion, but I'm going to share it on my Facebook page because I know there could be, somebody that I do business with or one of my friends that have,
honestly, if
relatives.
you got $50, we'll make it happen for you.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I'll take you up on it. What was your favorite part about high school? Was it the friends? Was it the memories? Was it the teachers? Was it the community?
Yes, all of those.
Yeah.
Good answer. Mark, I love it. Linda, what is it for you?
It's just being young and your whole life ahead of you. It's just a great time.
And I'm serious. I love talking about reunions because it's history, and it's our area's history. And so many people that have gone to Alton High and have done some really great things. Whether it's in this area of the country or this region or somewhere else. And that's where I think it's always good to highlight.
And realistically, this is probably going to be our last.
Yeah.
Reunion for our class because there's a big one they do every year, which is like multiple classes. And it seems like once you get past the 50th, then that's...
So if you've never been to a reunion, here is your chance to go. And see people that you think, I think I know you.
Well, and you know what? That's a good point, too. Because a lot of people always not a lot, but some people kind of go, well, I can always see these folks on somewhere else. But take me through what it's like to really be in that moment at the reunion where you get to really be in that atmosphere of the class of 74.
Well, it's just it's a fun social event. You walk around, you think you know somebody. And then,
you're not sure, but maybe.
Fortunately, we're going to have name tags with our high school pictures on it so that we can recognize folks. But it's just reconnecting or even connecting with people that you may remember seeing, but you didn't really even know.
That text text came in wanting to know that website again to our text line. Well, let's go back there to it. It's AHS74, the number 74.com. That's AHS74.com. Thank you for your text. Wanted to keep you informed. I just, this is so much fun, and I love your website because you can click on where are they now, select a classmate, see how everyone's doing. Is that still working pretty well, or?
As long as it's been updated.
Good answer. So, and just seriously, you have the email on the screen. Send an email out to AHS7450, the reunion. Get some updated contact information. If you have any questions about the reunion. Yeah, please.
It's AHS 74 50th reunion, not the reunion.
Oh, sorry, I'm reading that wrong. Sorry, reading that wrong.
I just didn't want anybody to...
7450th. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do get paid to read for a living. Reunion@yahoo.com. And you can be a part of it, too. But go ahead and answer that reunion music survey. Select some songs. Pick some yes out and have some fun,
Or others.
Yeah, there you go. Or the bird.
I mean, our era, there's a whole lot of music you could choose from.
Does it make you mad when you turn the radio on to the current hits today and you realize you had like Three Dog Night, you had Jimi Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, all these greats, and then you got, Kesha,
Yeah, we probably don't want to go into that discussion.
Hey, we got Corey Feldman back, though. He's playing again. You see that?
Really?
It's a nightmare. So with that being said, we'll link you all AHS74.com in our articles. Seriously, let's get 300 people out there. Let's have a good old night.
Let's do it.
But it's not just on the 12th at Bluff City Grill. It's all weekend long, too. Whether or not you're going to the Mixer at the VFW, which is on Friday, October the 11th. It starts at 6 p.m., correct?
Doors open at 5. Music starts at 7.
Oh, or doors open at 5. Music starts at 7. And number 4 combo will be playing that night for the mixer. Then you can head on up to the loading dock on the Sunday that follows. That's the 13th for a wonderful afternoon just to relax and kind of summarize the 50th that was and just the greatness that was the class of 74 too. Mark, Linda, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.
We're out of time today, but I'll see you back for more of our daily show on Monday with Steve Marceau, the owner of the Alton River Dragons, and a lot of great conversations. I hope you join me then, but until that point, call an Uber if you go out this weekend, but most importantly, as always, just try your best to stay out of jail.